Yo, so preacher and prophetess Tiphani Montgomery had a few strong words for Beyonce fans that's going out to buy tickets for this tour. This is what she said.
Any of you who are going to Beyonce's concert, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian? I don't care what pastor you got that is okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got that think it's cool. I don't care what pastor you got that's singing along to their song because they want some clout. Why you think that man called himself Jehovah? It was short for Jehovah. When a witch has a coven, it's normally a small thing. Witches' covens are normally 3 to 7 people. When it becomes thousands, it's called a hive. Y'all are part of that lady Beehive? And you call yourself a Christian?
And so the Beehive found some old tweets of her being a fan of Beyonce from like 2012 and 2014. But listen, my question is, what do y'all expect a pastor or a preacher to say about the music of today? Like when they talking about all the debauchery and twerking and just doing everything and shooting people in the face every 2 minutes, do you expect the pastor to be like, yeah, I listen to that on the way to service. I be, when I be getting ready to preach for y'all, that's what I be bumping on the way to service. You know what I'm saying? What do you expect people to say? But here's the tweets that they found though. 7/8/14, got a chance to catch the Jay Z and Beyonce concert and it was amazing. Then 7/4/12, a few gospel tunes because we love Jesus, some Beyonce hits because we stands for that ish, and some reggae because we from the rock. And it's like, okay, this was from 2014, 2012. Listen, what do you expect people not to grow? Like this literally is 2023. And she has clearly realized that listening to Jay Z and Beyonce is not something that a Christian should probably be doing. Listen, do we all have trouble with this? Yes, we all battle with it. I love music, but I know how detrimental it can be to society and to me and my soul as a whole. I know that. NBA Youngboy, one of the biggest artists today, has decided to stop rapping violently as he normally does because he met some Christian Mormons and figured out that this wasn't the right thing to be doing. And I hope he don't go back, but we know the temptation is there. The beats be so, you get into it and they got the hooks and, you get into it. I am trying to separate myself from a lot of the music that I have once loved because of what I've realized it does to my psyche. Listen, we all love to eat, right? You know beyond a shadow of a doubt that McDonald's burger, that Burger King burger, that them wings you eating is killing you. You know it is. You know that 20-piece with the fries with the lemon pepper on there and dipping it in the ranch every chance you get. You know it's killing you, but you do it anyway, right? And then you had a nerve to get online and start talking like a vegan the next day. Yeah, because I know meat don't really do you no good. It can't really go through our digestive system like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Our teeth wasn't made to eat meat like that. It was made to eat banana, plantain, oranges. It was made to eat all the type of stuff like that. But why is you eating steak? Okay? I just seen you yesterday eating a bloody steak, snatching it off the like a carnivore, like a lion, just snatching it every which way. We know that we do a lot of stuff that is not good for us. So don't let us play this game like just because a pastor or a preacher pointed out that this music is not good for us and our relationship with God, that it's something crazy that doesn't need to be said. The crazy thing that you need to be worried about is when the pastor does agree with it. When you have a pastor that's doing this all-inclusive thing that so many of these new churches are doing, when they keep skipping over certain passages of the Bible just to be like, oh, we're trying to appease the people. Everybody, Jesus loves everybody. listen, I understand what you're saying. Jesus loves everybody. But some of the rules and regulations that's in that Bible is what they are. And it goes the same for the Quran. And, every different religion, no matter how you go about getting to God, has some things that they say that is going to tell you is a yes or no. You have things you can do, things you cannot do. And I'm just going to say, dealing with Beyonce's music, I ain't even got to the satanic part of it and all the symbolism and this, that, and other that we didn't seen in her music. I'm just talking about the obvious, just the obvious off the cuff, just the full frontal of what it's presenting. It's very sexual. You've never seen Beyonce covered up. You've never seen her not showing them titties and them cheeks to the world. You've never seen her not promoting sex. It's just simple things that is going to ask you, what is this doing for the young women in the world? Is this bettering them? Is teaching our young girls to twerk making them better? Is introducing our young women to sex earlier making them better? It's just, I listen, when you get introduced to sexual things at a younger age, it flicks on a light switch that can't be turned off. And you think you are good because you're a young teenager, you're hot in the pants. We always hot in the pants. Come on. Like what are you going to tell a 12, 13-year-old about shutting the engines down? No, they hot in the pants. We all wanted sexual activity to be happening because we were coming into puberty and just all these different feelings was going on. But that doesn't mean that like a parent should introduce you to that at the age that you're craving it. Little kids are ask for Skittles at every meal if you would give it to them. That don't mean you should. Some broccoli should be enacted into their meal plan. Otherwise, when they get 30, they're going to be obese. You know what I'm saying? So, as people examining the spiritual sides of our life, if you are a Christian, it's different if you're not a Christian. But even if you're not a Christian, it's just, you can look at the fabric of society and tell that it's torn from the way that every chick out here, every musical artist, not just Beyonce, is preaching debauchery, twerking, selling that box and getting money and everything. And every dude is preaching gun culture, shooting people in the face, getting chicks. It's not doing us any good. We know this. This isn't just from a Christian standpoint. But if you are Christian, you should be ashamed of yourself for defending this. I'm not saying that you can't partake in it. I wouldn't care if the preacher had just listened to Beyonce's song last week, okay? We all struggle with this. We all don't tell me that you just because you're a Christian or you're a pastor that the only thing you listening to is Fred what is his name? Fred Hammond. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't even know the gospel names that I should be knowing. But I bet you I know them rappers and singers though, don't I? You know what I'm saying? This proof of what I'm talking about. But you can't tell me that our pastors and our preachers and that they don't struggle with the same thing. They struggle with the lust of the eyes. They struggle with the lust of the ears, music that they liked from back in the day, back in times that they was younger. They struggle with these things, but you have to actively fight it and actively go back and forth whether you should be listening to these things, whether you should be eating the things that you're eating. We love to eat coney and all this type of stuff, and macaroni and fried chicken and all this. We love to eat all of that stuff. But it catches up to you when you start to hit 30 and 40 and 50 years old. Then you stroking out, heart cholesterol up, you're having heart attacks and this, that, and other. You can't tell me that it don't catch up to you. And you can't tell me that this don't catch up to you in the spiritual world as well. This lady is trying to tell you that if you are a Beyonce fan, you are doing yourself a disservice as a Christian. You should not be able to call yourself a Christian and still worship devilish or satanic things. And that's just the bottom line of it. If you want to agree with it, if you don't want to agree with it, then, I mean, that's on you. But it is what it is. It ain't going to change just because you want it to. And that's one thing you got to tell yourself. Don't lie to yourself about these type of things. Don't lie to yourself. You know what it is. You know you shouldn't be listening to that. I know what it is. I know I shouldn't be listening to it. But we have a problem because we want to hear certain things, certain musical things. It sounds great. We love it. We grew up with it. Cool. But that doesn't mean that it has to stick with us throughout our life. I'm not saying that you have to let it go today, but you have to actively recognize it's not doing you any favors, and maybe it's time to let it go. And if it is, especially as a Christian, you can't, Malcolm X didn't argue whether drinking and eating pork and white women should be added into his Muslim transition. He didn't argue those things. He knew those things had to be removed, and he removed them to follow God. This all I'm saying. This your boy P. Camp. Let me know what you think and what you don't think. Get at your boy.